Hey folks, welcome back, and you were just listening to Gypsy Wind, the latest in this great CD by Johnny Press here called Nuclear Gypsy. What a great tune. So we have a little bit of a different sort of method we're going to do today for episode 44 of this. And I think we've been doing this like 4 years or so. And we're going to do a deep dive, as musicians do, listening to this full album and going through the entire story as to who does what, when, and where, and why Johnny did this. And this is available, I guess, on all platforms: Spotify, Apple. You can see it, hear it on YouTube, and everything like that. And we need to support our friends here. So we're going to go through everything here. So let me get my questionnaire here. Okay, first and foremost, Johnny.
Yeah.
You're not a spring chicken. Why'd you want to do this?
Well, I had to get it off my chest, you know.
Right.
And why was Jeff Beck touring at '78? You know.
Right.
So this is what I do.
Yeah.
So I had these songs. I wanted to. I have more songs. I didn't have enough money to cut it.
Right.
But I wanted to get these out of the way. I wanted to put them down. I wanted to leave something for my kids, and this is what your dad did. You know? So.
Right. It's a legacy thing, right?
Really, I mean, there's no money in making that stuff anymore. You know,
for anybody.
No.
Really.
No, there isn't.
Do you know what the math is?
But
it's 0.0033 per stream.
Yeah.
And to work that math out.
It doesn't, listen, if I made $50, that means how many times was it listened to?
I know.
It's
just
a
do
lot.
the math.
And, but the, what happens is when I go and play somewhere, I take the CDs with me, and if anybody wants to buy them, they can.
Absolutely.
And I've already, made about $600 just doing that.
Right,
know? So you can make some money, you take it, I can put it in and make some more records, That's
exactly.
And that's, it's like an initial investment. Plus, it's like a resume for me, I guess, because I do all different kinds of stuff on it. It's not the same thing.
And we're going to listen to and dig deep into every song. Yeah. But tell me if I'm right on this influence, 80s rock kind of feel?
Not really. I think it's more 70-ish.
70s rock,
but
right.
Because most of my heroes were... like Clapton, Beck, Page, Hendrix,
sure.
and when you get up near the 80s, it was probably like Gary Moore and people like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked everybody in between, but those guys really affected me, and that's where I'm at with that.
And I really, as you probably did, got into these guys in the 60s, but by the 70s, the equipment was better, and the sound was better, to me, and that's when Beck, Clapton, and Page were doing their best.
Vox amps, man. That's the Vox amps.
Really? I never. Did you ever have a Vox?
Yeah, everybody did.
I never had a Vox.
I never have either, but I played through them.
Yeah.
And it's a clean sound.
Yeah.
But it's different.
Yeah.
I mean, it really pushes too. They're really loud. For a 30 watt, the AC30,
right.
That's really a lot.
I have a buddy of mine who plays on that.
But if you put a treble booster or some cool booster in front of it.
Right.
Brian May. I mean, that sound.
That's his sound.
Yeah, that's what his sound is.
Really? I always wondered about that. So let's get into who's on it. Let's start at the very beginning. We have Alison McTavish.
Yeah.
Vocals. Also, she was the singer in which band of yours?
She was in We Maja with me. That band's no more, but
right.
She's an immense talent. Immense. And we were rehearsing one time. I started playing my new songs, just by myself. And she was sat on the side watching me, and she started humming melodies to them. And all of a sudden, a light bulb went over my head. I went, "Wow! I never would have thought of that." And that's a great way.
And I'm the same way. As a guitar player, I can put a whole bunch of cool chords together. Sometimes the melody eludes me. A singer, has that melody in their head, right?
It's not only that. It's a female singer.
Right.
If I had a male singer do it, it would have approached it completely
If Paul Rodgers walked in the room, a totally different thing, which would have been cool.
Paul Rodgers is a soul singer singing rock and roll.
And I love that.
I love him.
Absolutely
love him. But if you really listen to him and you go, okay, like Otis Redding, soul singer,
right?
Solomon Kane, that's what he does, but he's doing it in rock and roll,
Yeah.
When I heard her doing that, her melodies, I said, "Can you write lyrics?" And she went, "Yeah." I went, "Okay, I got some songs for you." And she's just I'll tell you, when she came in the studio, every take she did was perfect, right on. And we just kept going until she was happy. It was like there was no bad notes.
Did she have any experience with with studios?
I don't know about that except what she did with me.
Right.
And I know she did something with another band, but I'm telling you, she's an immense talent, incredible voice. The best part about her voice isn't so much that it's this big giant voice. There's a lot of soul coming out of her. There's a lot of feel.
Yeah.
And so I love Allison. Allison, I love you. You know.
And we played some videos on our last episode. Johnny and I did this originally in September of 2019, so you can check out Allison, some videos of Allison on episode 10 there. And she wrote the words for Throw You a Line, I'm a Fool in the Wind.
Yes, right.
Cool. So Jody Farley, who was our featured guest on episode 13, probably 2019 as well, she did the vocals. She's a monster guitar player, as we proved here on episode 13. So she did the vocals on Gypsy Wind and No One for All and wrote the words.
To No One for All.
She wrote the words?
No One for All, that's it. But
cool.
The thing is, listen, Jody, I don't know why she's not a star.
Well, all of you guys. I agree with you.
She can sing incredible, she can play incredible guitar. She plays such incredible guitar I wouldn't let her play.
Right. I know what you mean by that.
I said, Jody, this is my solo record. I can't let you play. You know,
yep.
She's so good at everything she does. She's just so much talent. I used to give her lessons when she was really young. You know,
really?
I drive out to Marlboro because she was going out with my lead singer at that time. And so he's come on out here and show us some stuff. Now I don't know what she picked up, but she's really good. You know,
right?
I'll take credit for that.
Yeah, and she does a Prince tribute thing. You know, that's a big deal around Boston.
That Prince thing. It's
right, I know the drummer,
Sexy.
Chris Botello, I think. You know.
Yeah.
But and she sings her backside off. You know, she sings her backside here. Keith Ryan, loved the sound. I love a drummer who bangs the heck out of the drums. And who's this guy?
When I went in, I had other people in mind, and I'll explain that to you as I'm showing you. But the thing is, Artie said, listen, I got a guy that I've been using.
Oh, Artie brought him in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I said, go ahead, bring him in, we'll try him. And after the first song, I went, bring him in every time. Bring him in, bring him in, bring him in, because not only does he have really good timing and good ideas, he's got drum with feel. There's a big difference. You know, there's a guy that sounds like a machine.
Right.
Or it just doesn't, you know, it's just there. When he plays, there's a feel.
Yeah.
And I love it. You know, I love the way he plays.
Yeah, I think
he's great.
I loved how it sounds. I'm gonna go right to and Joe Black, why based on just track 6?
At the time, he was ill.
Oh, okay.
And he came in and he did that for me. I wanted to get him on it because I was on his record, Blackenstein record. So. I said, I got to get Joe on this, and I had showed him this song before, and it was right up his alley. He played On the Wind.
Yep.
And I said, you know, I got to get Joe in there. Joe used to play with Balloon with Charlie Farron, and he had Ball and Chain, which was a big hard rock act out of Boston. And then he doing his own thing, that Blackenstein. But now he's playing with me in the Mark Bell experience.
Right. I wanted to talk about Mark. It was on one of our episodes. I forget which episode, and he was the lead singer for Joe Perry Project for a while. And you and Joe Black are in with Mark Bell, and you guys are starting to, because Mark had some major medical issues. We don't want to get into that, but he's very public about it on social media, and he's looking good, man.
Yep.
He's looking good.
Yep, he just had a heart attack.
I know. And quadruple bypass is something unbelievable.
I'm waiting for him to come back, you know. But
so we have
about an hour and a half's worth of songs. We're ready to go out and do the thing. Yeah,
dates.
It's good.
Okay.
It's rock and roll. I mean, when you go with Mark Bell, there you go.
And he can still hit those notes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mark, we love you, brother. Come on back. Okay, on keys on track 1 and 6 are Richie Ramuno. Tell me about him.
Yeah, Richie used to play with me in a band called Pinch a long time ago, in the mid-'70s.
Yeah.
And he played with me in a band called Big Guns, which was right after Velocity, about 85, 86. And we did that song Gypsy Wind.
Oh, really?
I wrote it back then.
It sounds contemporary, man. We're going to get into that. That's the first one we're going to get into.
Good songs are good songs. It's how you bring them back.
Right,
you know?
right.
The thing is, it's so he knew the song, so I called him. I said, "You want to do that song again with me?" And he said, "Sure." And I told him what I wanted. I didn't want the same thing I did. He was all piano.
Is he still playing?
Yeah.
So he didn't give it up. He's been playing all these years.
He's great. He came in with a Nord, and he did all the piano, all the keyboard parts. I mean, there's all kinds of keyboards in there. You know, and he did it in no time at all. You know, and when he was done, I had him do Mag Bassery.
Right. Yeah. And we'll talk about that in a second here. Back to the Joe Black thing and Balloon and Charlie Farron. Again, you talk about Jody about, why isn't she famous? It's like, why isn't Charlie Farron like Daryl Hall? You know what I mean? It's like he's that level of talent.
Well, the thing is, he's famous, pretty damn famous in the Boston area.
But Daryl Hall can walk into Slovakia and get gigs.
It's a different day and age.
Yeah,
the thing is, people respect Charlie. He gets put on some big,
opening acts. I follow him.
I mean, it's a solo act now. And if you're making $700 as a solo act, you're doing pretty good for doing half an hour.
But they just didn't get that over the edge hit.
Listen, like, I love his stuff. I love his stuff so much. I spent a lot of time with him, like backstage at some point.
Right.
And he sent me a couple of his records and stuff. But yet he'll meet me in person. He never knows. He never recognizes me. It's hilarious.
I've tried to get him on a show without luck right now. And so, why did you have this guy Tim Brashaw just do the keys on track 6?
Well, because that's all. That was all I had left.
Why did Richie not do it?
Well, that was the first song I cut.
Oh, I see.
And
okay, cool.
And I talked to Art, and I knew that we had done a song for the Joe Black record,
right?
Called "Care About You," and we brought him. We had him do the keyboard, and they were amazing.
He's like an English guy.
Yes, and they were amazing. And I said, "Can we get him?" Yep. $200. Here you go.
Right. It's amazing the talent you can get for that sort of thing. And
I'm telling you.
And this goes to my next question as to who recorded and recorded by Art. How do you pronounce his last? Kniff? Kniff. Really? I've always said Kniff.
Well, you can say Kniff.
So,
hey, Kniff.
Let's tell me about Art.
Art is a great guitar player, first of all.
Right.
He used to play with Nuno.
And he's like at a high. I see he goes to NAMM and he plays with like Eddie Van Halen level guys. Like he's like Nuno.
He's a rocker.
Right.
All right.
Like metal guy.
He knows how to get rock tones.
Right.
I mean, he's real. I have all the respect in the world for Art as a guitar player.
Right.
He could do all kinds of stuff.
Right.
And he could play slow and make it sound fast, which is a gift.
Wow.
I just liked the way he played. So when we did the Blackenstein record together, I realized that I liked recording with him.
Right.
Because he got what I was doing. He understood all the little subtleties I wanted to put in the stuff. And he understood how to do that. And when you go to Art's studio, it's called Compound Studios in Rentham.
In Rentham, right next door to our town.
Yeah. When you go there, you don't have to bring anything but your guitar. You don't even have to bring that if you don't want.
Right.
He's got every amp known to mankind in that place.
Right.
Right. And basically the whole record was cut with a Splon quick rod.
Right.
And
gets
a Friedman
by them,
BE
right?
100. That's what every track was cut with those two.
Yeah. Didn't have a Dumble around, $100,000 amp.
No, but he can make it sound like that on a record. Yeah. This I'm a Fool. It sounds like I'm using a deluxe reverb, and he's using a Splon. The same thing I was doing the heavy stuff with. It's just amazing. He knows how to get everything out of it.
And much more than from just the technical engineering, he was really a producer.
Yes. Well, yeah.
I mean, you both co-produce, but. And see, there's a difference between engineers. In my mind, it's a technical person, and a producer's kind of like a director in a movie. They know what they want to get out of the artist.
And a lot of times we're on the same wavelength, which is why when I put down Art Knife producer, I did that on purpose. I didn't put down Art Knife and Johnny Press producer, because we talk about stuff. And we're almost always on the same wavelength. But he'd come up and go, "John, I'm going to do that. How come you did this?" "Well, I wanted it. Don't worry, I'll fix this. I'll do that." He knows what I want. what more can I ask for?
And he's interesting because he also worked in the straight corporate world for most of his life. Does he still do
He
it?
does really well doing that. I don't blame him for doing that.
Yeah.
It's,
But music is a side thing for him.
at the moment, that he's got his own record coming out too.
Right, it's interesting. I hate to say that, Art, because I spent 37 years in high-tech sales, so I know what it's like. We need to put our kids through college and all that sort of stuff. And music,
Well, he's got his own studio.
Right.
And he's got big people coming in there.
Right.
Yeah?
I see the pictures. He plays with the most famous guitar players, Nuno Betancourt. Is that his last name?
They used to have a band together.
Right.
It was
before Extreme or after Extreme?
Before Extreme.
So they were kids.
Extreme took him from that band.
Really? So Extreme, I opened up for Extreme twice at Bunratty's in the 80s. And it's interesting. I've told this story before. It's like I never saw them, even though I was opening up for them, because when you play places like Bunratty's, you get your equipment off, you got to get into your car, and if you leave it in the car, it will get ripped off.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I never,
exactly.
But they were up and coming. They hadn't got the big hit yet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. I'm going to play the first song, and I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to play the full thing, and I need to talk about this song.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was it.
That was it, man. What is up with that? And because it has, there are a lot of albums that will do a 20-second thing like that and then go into the second song. I've seen that before. Was that on purpose?
Yeah, no. Well, let me explain. I had Richie in there.
Yep.
All right. And I wanted to put a tag in the front of Gypsy Wind.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
Yeah? I wanted that to open Gypsy Wind.
And let me interrupt you for a second because I can hear that would have been a great intro for, and then boom, because it makes sense. Because I'm going to go right into Gypsy Wind right now.
But it made the song like 5 minutes and something really long.
Right.
And so we looked at each other and I went, too long, huh? And Heidi goes, yeah, it's too long. So we have to cut something out. I go, I'd already edited a whole mess of that song because it was a lot longer. And so I said, why don't we just intro the album with it?
I love it. Because that crossed my mind. I was like, I wonder, because I can't think of the albums, but I've heard this before. This sort of technique, this like weird little. The end of Abbey Road, the last song is Her Majesty, which is about 30 seconds. Her Majesty was a pretty nice girl, and it's about 30 seconds.
Yep. But the thing is, when I created the album, I had to go on CD Baby, do this whole thing, and how long did you want between the songs? So they said they got 2 seconds, 3 seconds. I want 2 seconds. I figured at the end of that song, I go 1, 2, boom, it would come right in. But it didn't. It was 4 seconds. I listened to it. I went, oh, they messed it all up. But there's nothing I could do about it. It was done.
Sounds good, man. So it's interesting. Let's go back to that again and then go right into it.
Yep.
Great delay. It works. So let's listen to some of this.
There was a Fender Rhodes.
Oh yeah. Allison.
No, that's
Jody.
That doesn't mean I don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna wreck all these songs. Heart. Do I hear Heart? Do I hear Heart in her voice?
Yeah.
One of the greatest female vocals.
I can hear that. I always hear every time I listen. I hate to say this. I hate to compare it then because she's got so much soul.
Right, she does.
Like Melissa
And Jody,
Etheridge.
I love
to
you,
me.
and you are unique. But influences. I've never talked to her about that. I bet your Heart was an influence.
I'll bet you too. But to me, she reminds me of Melissa Etheridge.
That was it. I was out running listening. It was Melissa.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. Rock here.
Lost an angel I was trying to hold on to. Your presence haunts me. Baby, I'm a dreamer. Gypsy.
Is that her in the background doing what? 3 vocals? It sounds 2 parts.
She did two-part harmony, like 2 chicks singing.
Drum.
No.
You'll stay this time. Oh, the gypsy way. Say you'll stay.
Art on bass, right?
Yes.
Just a little bit longer. You hear the wind calling your name.
Yeah, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Please take care.
That's the way the song was written, too.
Always be there. Baby, I'm a dreamer. Gypsy.
Big drum sound, Art. Great.
Feel.
Great. Drum.
Not too many songs with bridges anymore.
Johnny Press on guitar.
Let's get that.
Beautiful. Les Paul. On the treble?
Yeah. Over the field.
Jody is killing it.
Oh, she's killing it.
Killing it. Was this her first, second take, or 20 takes? Or?
You know what? It didn't matter because what happened is when we came in the studio, she
Right.
tried to sing like the original version, like
Right.
which was like a guy with a real high voice.
Yeah, one of those 80s
and,
voices.
and I went, no, do it. I want you to sing it like
Yeah.
you'd sing it, and
That Melissa sound. Yeah, right.
yeah, the solo at the end is a strat.
Oh, it's Strat.
It's a strat on a
Yeah.
bass pickup.
Yeah. That edgy sound. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you hear that.
Yeah, we faded it out.
Okay, Throw You Lines, the next one, and this is Allison on vocals. And I hear Stevie Nicks in her voice.
Well, a lot of people say that, but I don't. I think she sings.
I think it's the
different.
vibrato.
Yeah, well, she's that kind of tone,
Right.
but she's got a lot more soul to me. I just love her. I just love. She wrote the song. The lyrics of the song are great.
And tell me about this song. We know Gypsy
The
Way
song
was
is-
like way back when you
All
wrote
right,
it.
I wrote the song in pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Demonstrate some of it to us.
Yeah. Okay. So it goes. Right? And I wanted to have like a almost like a bossa nova type feel to it.
Yeah.
And so when I did the solo, the little intros in the beginning, I had an acoustic guitar. I had a guy bring it over.
Oh, I heard that.
But I didn't use it. I used this.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't want to go through the whole setup. I was like, come on, let's just get it over with. And my grandfather was a flamenco guitar player.
I remember that from our last show.
And so I put all of that stuff in there. And I was glad I did it. Somebody told me, you should have just wailed. I went, no, that's not.
No, let's hear it.
So I wanted.
And when did you write this? Has it been a while ago?
No, not really. About a year ago.
Okay, so
I've had some of these songs sitting around, but they were in pieces.
Right.
So I had to put them together. And that's what I did with this song. All the pieces I put together, and some of them right up until the last minute. I went, wait a minute, I'm going to change this.
And collaborating is the way to go these days. Everyone's doing. We have our own strength with guitar players. We got that sort of thing. But
what I would do is I'd record it.
Right.
Send it over to Alice, and okay, we're going in next Tuesday.
Write some words.
Yeah, and she came up, and the lyrics.
And the words are great. I was out running, and when I run, I really listen to music in my headphones. So let's hear it.
Magnolia.
I thought that was acoustic.
Yeah, well, I turned it way down. It was this guitar.
Well, in trouble, she thought she's been hanging on deep.
I love her voice.
Says the only prayer she's got is if I keep her in my sight. Everyone finds themselves in rough water. Oh, we've all lost the plan. Just send us a sign and you'll get pulled back to land. Though you and I,
Love the harmony.
someone will guide you.
She's doing all the harmony.
You got to know. Fight out your hurt. You want no burden.
Unusual harmony.
We've all been there before.
I had so much fun doing those little things like that.
Yeah, I do too.
I know it's easy to descend into a place where it feels like you're alone. But I'm telling you, there's not a shred of truth in what you're dreaming. It's a lie that we all get bitten by.
I don't think we mentioned. Sorry, Paul Spagnola is on bass
Magnolia
on
is the
this.
bass player.
And
This is
who's
what
he?
I would do. He used to play with me in Wee Marja.
Oh, okay.
And Paul's always.
Sorry, Paul, I
always
skipped
thought he
over
was
you.
a great bass player.
Right.
All right. And so what I did was I cut the basic.
Yeah.
Here you go. I sent him the reference track at his own house with his
Yeah.
own studio.
Yeah.
And he'd send it back to me. I go, no, I want more of this, more of that. And the next track was always perfect.
Cool.
It was like, dude, go back and forth. We just, okay, how about this? Nope. Oh, that's it. You got it. And he's amazing. He was amazing.
Okay, I want to talk about that. So let's hear the rest of it.
Everyone finds themselves in rough water. Oh, we've all lost the plan. Just send a sign and you'll get pulled back to land. Though you lie,
Great
There's
chorus.
some forts in there.
we'll guide
That's what I hear.
Yeah. I did both. I did this and forts, you know. But the forts,
I think their harmonies are fourths. I have to
no
listen.
burden. We've all been there before.
Treble.
yeah. No, one taker. Simple. But it fit the song.
I love the cutting it down here.
Yep.
Say you fall in foul.
Nice harmony.
Oh, well, you gotta shake it off. 'Cause hurt people.
I hear Fleetwood Mac there. No?
Huh?
Fleetwood Mac?
You know,
The harmony.
It's just as true.
the music is not Fleetwood
that
Mac,
the
you know.
healing can heal.
I love that.
Everyone finds themselves in rough water.
That's good.
Right out your
Hey, that's what we like.
There was radio nowadays that might get some play. And they bookend at the beginning.
Nice and tasteful
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
that part there.
That's throwback. That's the 60s throwback stuff. Yeah.
Right. No, I like it. I can hear Neil Sean doing that. I love that. And
It's just a. It's just.
okay, I'm a Fool. Tell me about I'm a Fool. Who's the singer on I'm a Fool again? It's Allison.
Allison, yes.
Tell
I'm
me
a
about
fool.
this tune.
Okay, I came up with these chords that I kept digging deep. I go, oh, what if I did this?
Let
What
me
if I-
hear it again so it
Yeah.
reminds me of it. Okay. This is what I call our diatonic, sort of nice key of E, right?
Yeah, I play a lot of partial chords, and when I write songs, I don't want them to sound like everybody else. I start off
Play a little
playing
bit
rhythm,
of this,
and
yeah.
just stuff, but then I'll go.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
I'll go.
Nice major
Which,
seven,
which
yeah.
I mean, I love that stuff because it allows me to do different things. And if I could get it to sound right for a record, that's what I was trying to do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, I was coming up with some.
I love that. I never use my thumb like that, but that's cool.
Well, I didn't know how else to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I did that by accident when I went. I like that sound.
See,
you
I'll
know?
use this as a,
Yeah. Okay.
you know.
Yeah. You went to Berkeley. I didn't.
So let me ask you, how did you record it? You didn't have everyone in the room
Every
at the same
song.
time.
No. Every song, same way.
Tell me.
All right, this is what I would do. Let's say I would go in the studio. I'd have my
You
song.
go to Art's house, place.
I'd have
and-
all.
and
Yeah, I'd
rent.
go to Arts, and we put on a click track. We'd find the right beat
Everything
for
was
it.
click track. Okay.
Yep. And we'd find the right tempo. Okay,
Right.
that's a little fast. Okay, we would get the right tempo.
Okay.
And then I would play the whole song with the arrangement to that tempo, and then we'd look at each other and go,
What
maybe.
would you play? Like the rhythm guitar part?
Yes.
Okay, I get
Yeah,
it.
on a reference track,
Cleanish.
mostly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes he'd throw on something else.
Is that
you
how
know?
he normally does things?
No, it's not how I do them.
Uh huh.
I'm not sure how he does them all the time, but with me, that works. All right?
Would you have preferred if everybody was in the
No.
room at the same time? No.
No, because I didn't have a band to do this.
Uh huh.
This is me.
Let me ask you: if you had a band, would
If
it
I had a
been-
band that was playing them all the time, it'd be
Yeah.
the easiest way to do it.
You know, it's interesting because I listen to like Rolling Stone stuff, especially like
Mm-hmm.
70s and 80s stuff, and you can tell they're all in the room together.
Yeah.
And I just, and Tom Petty,
Well, the Beatles did too.
99% of the
Yeah.
times, all the guys in together. But the new way, again, with the technology, so
Mm-hmm.
you do that one track, so that's good. We get that down. Then what?
Yes, and a lot of times it's those tracks that are the guitar from the studio guitar. It's on
Oh,
the-
right. These computer,
Yeah,
right.
the plug-in
tracks.
and I'm just playing it, and we get it, okay, and then Art and I would work out the arrangements, and no, let's not do that. It's too much. Let's do this. Let's do that.
And you memorize it, or do you have something?
I go back and do it again. You know,
Okay.
it doesn't take long.
Right.
You know? So I do that, and then we next day bring in Keith,
Okay, so you get the
the
drums
drummer.
in.
You know, and we'd work on that. Okay, boom, that's it. That's the drums I want.
Now, would Art spend like 17 hours getting the snare drum sound? And
I don't know what he
some
does,
of
but
these
he
guys
uses
do
the
that.
same drums for everything.
Oh, he has his own drums.
Yes, and
Okay,
matter of
so
fact,
he knows the
some
sound.
of the Doobie Brothers snare.
He knew somebody from the Doobie
Yes,
Brothers. He
and
told
he's
me.
got it's the snare drums from the. Yeah, I mean that drum set sounds incredible. So he'd go in, he'd do his thing, and till we were happy, and then he'd give me the stuff, and I'd send it over to Paul. Say,
bass
Paul.
player.
Yeah. But first I brought Paul in for this song. Paul came in.
Right.
But I realized I didn't have to. You didn't have
After
to
the
come
drum,
in.
not with the drum.
After.
Okay.
And this is what I want. And then we'd work on it, and then, okay. But Paul's quick, you know. I mean, you tell him something, he picks it up
Yeah.
right away. So I went, okay, that's great. So till we got it where we wanted it.
Yeah. So once you get the bass, you got a song. Then.
Yes. Then I put on all my guitar parts.
Right. Then the other you.
Then I lay down
It's
all
like
my
being a
parts.
cook. Now here's the nice stuff. We're gonna throw in this salt and pepper and different things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Every one of these tracks, I swear I got 14 guitar tracks. I just go, you know how many guitar tracks you got? I can't help myself. You know, it's like I'm always.
I'm the same way, and I wonder if that's good. And because during COVID, when I was home, and I do like 14 guitar tracks, and I'd give it to a real audio engineer. He says, "Bill, it's too much." But so let's go into.
They got their pick. You know, I mean,
Right,
it's like so it's a lot of times. Okay, that wasn't perfect, but you know this. Believe me, not a lot of it was waste. There's reasons I did it, certain things. So I did all my guitar parts in there. All right? Most of it, 99% of that song is a Nash Telecaster.
Cool.
Yeah,
oh, really?
99%, except for one little section, it's all the Nash Tele. And as a matter of fact, when I did the reference tracks, that's what you're hearing.
Cool.
They came out so good. I did 2 reference tracks.
Right.
They came out so good that I just looked at each other and went, I called them up that night. I go, don't get rid of those tracks. Those tracks are perfect. And matter of fact, the solo is from the reference track, the beginning and the middle.
Cool.
You know, so it's that was
really?
pretty. Wow. Yes, that was pretty quick. You know, and I added a Les Paul for the part that goes.
Right. I want to hear that.
Yeah,
and again, Neil Sean a bit. No.
Yeah, that's a Les Paul. That's it, and that's the whole song. And really, that's how I did every song.
So you soloed without anything behind you?
Well, I can hear it. You know, I haven't played it back to me.
Right, you had probably your rhythm
the amps are in a closed-off area, the cabinets.
Right.
And he plays. Well, I'm playing along with what's coming through the speakers, which is the way I like to sit in the booth and do it. That's what. I don't like
to be out by myself.
Well, I don't. I like
being intimidated.
I like to hear it. I like to hear it. I'm usual like that.
So let's go into "I'm a Fool," which to me is your diatonic pop tune.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
so
love it.
Let's hear it. Nice.
Reference track. Simple as I can make it.
Traveled in the same circles.
I like the words.
Might have seen you around.
Nice harmony
I
there.
even thought about you before we ever met. And I haven't quit yet. There's something that I want. I don't hesitate to follow.
Nice guitar sound, man.
Plan a man a dream.
Jangly. I want the jangly.
Yeah, top heavy. Exactly, yep.
Birds.
Bass, nice. Oh, great job.
Maybe a glass of wine, maybe a whiskey. Baby, I'm a fool, I guess, for you. I'm gonna take my time, see if you can resist me. I think a lot of spirals keep holding you around.
I love when a bass player goes high and then comes down low.
I love the way Paul plays.
Nice go to the 6 minor, C sharp minor there.
There's something that I want. I don't hesitate to follow.
That's sharp, right? Yeah, minor.
You won't see me fall back until I get what I think that I need. Baby, I wanna pull up next to you.
Beautiful harmony, man.
Maybe a glass of wine, maybe a whiskey. Baby, I'm a fool, I guess, for you. And I'm gonna take my time, see if you can resist me.
Great bass.
I changed it up, yeah.
I like that. That was a kind of used to. Guitar solo, right?
That's the telly, man. That's the telly.
Nice. 2, 3. Clean.
Scratch track, yeah.
Les Paul?
No, that's the telly.
A Kelly middle position.
It's a scratch track.
Middle position guitar
No, just
on the telly.
I think it's
Doesn't sound like the
I think
bass.
it was the bridge. Les Paul.
Neil, a little bit, again, influence. I love that.
Perfect, man.
Perfect.
Maybe a glass of wine, maybe a whistle.
Soul.
Right there.
Baby, well, I'm a fool, I guess, for you. I'm gonna take my time, see if you can resist me. Baby,
I really think this could be a single.
I could, absolutely.
I just don't know how to promote
This is a
it.
pop song with an edge. It's a rock pop song.
You notice that all the songs are different?
Yeah.
None of them are the same. Because I grew up with the Beatles.
I love that, man.
See, one thing that song taught me is that I don't have to go nuts to be a good guitar player. You know?
Exactly. Exactly. And that's taste. You know, again, give me Eric Clapton, give me Santana, and Yngwie Malmsteen. I just can't deal.
Well, he does what he does, and then does
that's
what he
cool.
does great.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
unbelievable, but
not for everything.
No One for All here.
Yeah.
Who's on this baby?
Jody.
Jody's singing on No One for All, right? Cool,
Yeah.
cool. And let's just hear this one a little bit here to remind me about this tune.
Yep.
Oh, I like that. So it's like a...
Yeah. It's right here. Yeah. Why you do that? I go. It's good.
I love it. It's kind of a groove tune, soul thing.
Little jump back.
I love the edge on that.
this guitar, the whole thing.
I love that.
Listen to the timing. Then it goes to B.
Aerosmith influence?
Not really. I just wanted to be. You know what influenced me a lot in this song? The Who live at Leeds. I wanted this big.
Only those of us of a certain age.
The Who live at Leeds was
I
a
used
live
to listen
album
to that in my room,
and I just wanted a big
Right.
Pete Townsend.
Right. Oh, okay, cool.
Jody, huh? Oh, I did a
Love
slide.
that.
It was empty there. I said I got to fill it.
Like, try it. That's rock and roll.
Every lick, yeah. Every lick I stole from Jeff Beck.
Let me stop it right there. And if he knows about Johnny, he's got a very tasteful thing, but he pulls out the speed when he needs it. Right?
you know, when I was doing it, I said to myself, I was going to do something different there. All right, so when I put a different, instead of having the regular, I put.
Yeah, nice.
Right, and when I was doing it, I said, you know, I'm going to put on all these licks that I never put in anybody else's,
right,
that I've been playing for years.
Yeah.
Every lick there, I've been playing since I was a teenager.
Right,
just
you're
about.
going nuts there. That's cool.
And so I went, I'm just putting it all in, you know. I put Jeff Beck, I put Eric Clapton.
You were just flinging it.
I just
flinging it.
And I did it.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and said, okay, let's keep it. That's pretty easy.
I don't want to go overboard. Sometimes I go to these rat holes, but I remember the first Super Bowl that Tom Brady was in. There's like a minute left, and they're in the sidelines, and Drew Bledsoe's hurt, and he's out of the game. Yeah. And Tom said, "What do you think?" And Drew went to it. Just fling it. Yeah. And it's guitar players. It's you were there. Okay, let it go. Let's hear.
Yeah. I think it fits.
I love that harmony. Jody. Show us that riff. Da 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 da.
All right.
Nice. Do that again. Da 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 da.
Now you got me thinking about it.
Da 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 da. I love that.
And the other one, Artie plays backs me on this.
Okay.
When I'm going, he goes.
Oh, nice. That's it.
All right, so I got one little bend in there and a chord.
It's so easy. It's all the one and one for all. No, I really don't believe it. It's all for none and none for all.
It is right, isn't it? Drum master, what do you want me to do this?
Is that a wah, or is that an effect of some
What
sort?
happened was, we had this whole thing, it must have been 5 minutes long at the end, right? We didn't know what to do with it. First, my son is a rapper. And
really?
Yeah, he's good. And Weapon ESP.
I can hear a rap
and so
in there.
I want to put a rap right there, right? But he wouldn't do it. He didn't. My son, it's too rock and roll, do this. And I went, oh, okay, never mind.
Has he ever heard of Run DMC with Aerosmith?
Yeah, I know. But then I was gonna put a sax.
Right.
And I went, no. And I had a wah-wah. And I said, I came in the studio and I had my wah-wah. And I
sound like a crybaby?
I said, I've never used the wah-wah on any recording I've ever done since 1970.
Right.
I never used one.
Sometimes they can be too trebly, too edgy.
That was a good sound.
And are you on the Les Paul there?
Yes, I am.
On the treble.
This one.
So let's hear this.
Yeah. I wanted it to be Hendrixy, Ain't Superstitious.
Flinging it.
That was one take.
Angry Johnny.
That was one take.
You gotta have the tongue out.
Drums.
Cool. So the last song on this is called the Wind.
Yep.
And tell me about the Wind.
All right, that was the first song we recorded.
Right.
Right. And what happened was, we went. Artie and I went through and we tore this thing apart.
Well, let me ask you another question. Did you have more songs? Did you have like 12 songs and you picked 6?
No.
Okay.
No. What happened was I had this song, right? And I liked the.
I like that. Yeah.
And so I played him the whole thing, and you know. And so we liked it, you know.
Yeah.
But the arrangement was like, way, you know, we didn't. So anyway, we wanted this part to be. We wanted that to be the chorus, all right? So when I gave it to Allison, it's the first song, right? And her first attempt to write a song with me, you know. So she writes it and everything. She says, okay, I got it. And we go in, and she made this the chorus.
Cool.
And I went, well, what about this part? I was going to leave it up. So we're sitting there talking, and I go, just do a Robert Plant and jam it. And she did.
Let's hear it.
It came out fine.
Let's hear it.
I was listening to a lot of symphonic rock at the time. Bradshaw.
I've been afraid, but I know I've got to look ahead. Time is a chain, and no one gets loose. I face the fire, and I like to get lost in the flame. Now I know that you're the same. Yeah. Came like the wind, you're blowing me around. Laid like the skin on my teeth, and I'm gaining ground. Say what you got to say, and I'll show you how. I think it's strange that you won't notice. I can't be tamed, and I can hold things down. Ooh, when you decide you need me, hey, if you wanna leave, go now. Came like the wind, you're blowing me around. Laid by the skin of my teeth, and I'm gaining ground.
Great guitar sound, man. And I love how a real good engineer.
That's a Hendrix Strat and a regular Les Paul standard together. The whole
Sounds great, man.
Yeah.
And Art, I gotta hand it to you, man. It's like, because her vocals are right there. There's a lot of hard
It's just
rock
in the right
stuff
spot.
happening in the background.
Yeah.
It's step up. Everything else is here.
Nothing can take from the well that I draw from. Not even you with your magnet ball. I am an island, and if you come calling, I'll send you out with the tide. You know I wouldn't. Came like the wind, you're throwing me around. Laid like the skin on my teeth, I'm gaining ground. Say what you got to say, and I'll show you Laid by the skin on my teeth, and I'm gaining ground. Say what you got to say, and I'll show you
I thought Jimi Hendrix on the solo behind her. Oh, on the Watchtower.
No, I won't be the one who's down.
sound.
Yeah, nice build, huh? Built to a climax. I even laughed about it.
Love it, man. Totally pro, 100% pro. Done great job, Art. Great job to all the musicians on there. Amazing stuff. Now, what do you got going on? What's new? What are you going to do
right
now? We
now-
got like a minute left.
Yeah, okay. I still did a tribute band, a Bad Company tribute band. It's
Yeah.
called Burning Sky. And we're doing well. And
Yeah.
we're playing Rascals February 4th.
Yeah.
And,
I saw that. Yeah.
And I'm also playing in the Mark Bell Experience, which
Cool.
is Mark Bell's new comeback.
Right.
We do most of the Joe Perry stuff from the third album, plus a bunch of stuff from Thunder Train and brand new stuff.
Cool.
So it's about an hour and a half worth of stuff. But it rocks. We're talking rock, real
Great.
rock.
So all the contact information will be on the credits right here. Let's just jam out to this little rip off of Melissa I had earlier. And great. See you guys next time. Thanks a lot. Have a great night.